Dear educators, once again, I welcome you all in this webinar presented by All India Educators Forum. And the topic for today's webinar is effective switch from traditional to modern teaching. So, my dear educators, as we all know, as per new education policy, there are 4 pillars. One is accessibility, second, equity, third, quality, and fourth, accountability. So I would like to get your responses also. What is our understanding by these 4 pillars? You can mention in the chat box. Yeah, good evening, everyone. So we were discussing about the 4 pillars of National Education Policy 2020. And these 4 foundational pillars are, the first is accessibility, which is about ensuring universal access to quality education for all students, regardless of socio-economic background, location, or ability. It is the inclusive education which addresses diverse needs and requirements. Second is equity. It fosters a fair and just education system addressing historical and systematic inequalities. It also promotes equal opportunities for all, particularly marginalized and disadvantaged groups. Third pillar is quality, and it is about enhancing the quality of education, fostering on academic excellence, critical thinking, and skill development. It emphasizes research, innovation, and continuous improvement. The fourth and the foremost pillar is accountability, which is to ensure transparency, accountability, and responsibility to all levels of the education system. It helps to regular assessments of the students, their evaluations, and monitoring to drive improvement and excellence. So, dear educators, as we have understood that these 4 pillars are interconnected and interdependent also. They are aiming to create a comprehensive and inclusive education system that benefits all students and society as a whole. Here we can see how the humankind evolved. The very first revolution. Can you tell me which one was the first revolution? Try to be more interactive through your chats. We have disabled your mics so that there should not be any chaos. But through chats, we can be connected. Okay, I started getting the answers. French Revolution, Russian Revolution. Uh, okay. Please try to write it down. We are many educators here. So as you can see on the screen also, the first revolution in the mankind was the Industrial Revolution, which was a transformative period in human history, marking the shift from manual labor to machine-based manufacturing and changing the way goods were produced, consumed, and distributed. Isn't it? I'm waiting for your replies. Yeah. And the second one was, which we feel, which have brought a lot of change, that was electricity production lines. And this is how the life have been changed. But the third revolution, which was known as digital revolution or the information age, it began in 20th century and continues to shape our world today. Here are some key aspects of the third revolution, which are those: the first one, computers, internet, mobile devices, your internet, World Wide Web, artificial intelligence. So this is the third revolution which we have found in the human race. Now let us talk about the fourth revolution. What is that fourth revolution? Again, known as the creativity revolution of, or the imagination age. It is proposed next stage of human development building on the foundations of the previous revolutions. And we found there are some basic ways by which we can say that this is actually the revolution on human creativity, because they focus more on creativity. At the current age, the people, they are emphasizing on imagination, innovation, and problem solving. They are cultivating more creativity, artistry, and design thinking. They are also encouraged towards entrepreneurship, risk taking, and experimentation. This is all which we are getting in the fourth revolution. And this is the era which is being through when we are also a part of it. Here comes the technology. And as David Warlick said, we need technology in every classroom and in every student and teacher's hand, because it is the pen and paper of our time, and it is the lens through which we experience much of our world. And I believe by this quotation, he has thoroughly explained the usage and the requirement and technology. So what is the impact of technology on teaching and learning? Again, I am looking for your answers. How do you feel that what are the impacts of technology on our teaching and learning? Yes, we all know technology is a very powerful tool that has changed how teachers teach and how students learn. It has provided people with access to education and access to different ways through which they can get the benefit, how they can communicate easily, how they can use technology at their own ease. They are connected 24 into 7 to each other rather than physically. They are more connected through the technology. Here are the benefits to students, through which we can say how the students can be benefited by the technology. As you can see on the screen, and I want some answers from your side also, apart than these which are given on the screen. What else benefits you feel that these are the benefits taken by the students through technology? Be active, dear educators. Ashok Kumar Chaudhary sir says, enhancing internet potentials. Yeah, Nirmala ma'am says, data is king. Very true, ma'am. More answers, please. How technology benefits the students? There are around 50 educators here, and yeah, Sangama ma'am says improves knowledge. Exactly. Rosa ma'am says be self-dependent. Absolutely. Whenever they want something, they can use the technology and they can get the answers. Hema ma'am says to learn more and more new ideas. True. Radhika ma'am says they become more creative. It has have a good impact. That's true, Radhika ma'am. Akshara ma'am says enhance social skills. Yeah, in a way, it helps to enhance the social skills as well. Savita ma'am says they are updated with the new technology. Absolutely true. So we can see that this is how the students are benefited by the technology. And if the students are benefited, then obviously the teachers are also being benefited by the technology. And how the technology helps us, the educators, how we can use technology to bring some positivity, some more learning, some more new ideas to help out children to come out of their best. Keep on answering, keep on replying, dear educators. Yes, we can easily find out that technology is not only to help the students, it is equally helping the teachers as well, because it allows teachers to be more flexible. They can use it as per their requirement. Whenever they get time, they can get connected to their children. They can give them personalized access also. It also helps the teachers to connect to more with students, not only during the school time, but after the school time also. It also helps the teachers to provide more and more resources to the students to acquire more knowledge and more better ways through which they can enhance their knowledge. Yeah, Savita ma'am says for teachers, it's a boon. We are more knowledgeable. We are more creative. Absolutely. Ashok Kumar sir says provide teachers to hone up the knowledge. Absolutely true, sir. It proves that, yeah, Sangama ma'am says joyful learning. Yeah, somebody says make things easy and give more options like PPT, videos. Absolutely. Hema ma'am says students become independent learners. Sangama ma'am says techno savvy. Absolutely. Not only students, but the technology helps us also, the educators also, to found out the different ways through which we can give the positive uh, ways to the students through which they can acquire the knowledge. Yes, this is what we have understood so far, that how technology helps the students and how the technology helps the educators. Here comes the point, the areas to grow. And which are those areas where we have to grow and why we have to grow? As in the previous webinar also, we have discussed that there should always be a why I am doing this, why I am connected to this webinar, why am I attending this webinar. And there should always be a reason. When we know the reason, that why, we can easily understand the motive, and then we can easily understand more and more about it, and we can implement it also in a proper manner. So if we get the reason for why, we can do much more better for the implementation. And the same thing goes to the students also. Once we make them to understand why they have to study, why they have to learn, if they understand the reason, that is very much easier for us to help them to learn in better ways. Most of the educators who are here in this webinar maybe in their 30s or 40s, 50s, or maybe above to that age also. So we are from that age where most of the teachers were using lecture methods. But now we have to deal the students which are in the era of technology, where creativity is at its peak. And here comes the quote of Rumi, a very well-known philosopher, who says that be like a tree and let the leaves which are dried up, they have to be dropped. Because once the tree allows the dried leaves to be dropped, then only the new and fresh leaves would be getting the space to come up. And the same thing applies on us also, dear educators. And this is how the traditional teaching was going on. Let us first understand what were the ways through which we were being in the traditional teaching. It was a teacher-centric approach. I want to understand from your side also, dear educators, though the points are mentioned here. Please try to find out some more points. Let me quickly read these points, and then you also please try to add in some more points. The second point is focus on memorization and rote learning. Number 3 is lecture based. Number 4, emphasis on standardized testing. Number 5, limited technology integration. Number 6, strict classroom structure. Number 7, discipline focused, limited student participation. And all these kind of traditional teaching was more inclined towards the teacher approach. It was more teacher-centric approach. Can you add some more points also in the traditional teaching? One side teaching is, yes, Sangama ma'am, absolutely true. Yes, there was a focus on core subjects. Basically, it was not so inclined towards creativity. Yes. So Dhanshu sir says passive teaching. Absolutely true, sir. Yeah, more replies, please. Yes, Rosa ma'am says spoon feeding. Yeah, only clever students used to participate. Yeah, Radhika ma'am says monotonous. Ashok Kumar says Gurukul system of teaching. Actually, sir, it was the not exactly the Gurukul system also. If we read thoroughly about the Gurukul system, we will find that there they were making the child independent also by making him or her learn the different ways of livelihood. But once the British era arrives, that time the traditional teaching was totally different than the Gurukul system. Akshara ma'am says less focus in classroom activities. Sangama ma'am says, okay, depending entirely on teachers. Exactly, Sangama. Okay, Sangam sir, sorry. Yeah, Radhika ma'am says textbook based teaching. Yes, Deepti ma'am says more of textbook focus. Absolutely true, ma'am. Only note writing work, no practicals. Yes, that's true. So it means we all understand this point that how the traditional teaching was absolutely one-sided, where more of the focus for on the ease of teacher, whatever teacher feels the way he or she wanted, they were teaching more according to their own comfort level rather than making it more comfortable and convenient to the students. Now let us understand what is modern teaching. Here you find most of the things opposite to traditional teaching. It is more student-centric. Modern teaching focuses more on critical thinking, creativity, and problem solving. It is also focuses on interactive and collaborative learning. It is emphasizing more on project-based assessments, more effective technology integration, flexible classroom structure. Can somebody define it? What do you understand by flexible classroom structure? Yes, Ashok sir, analytical teaching. Yes, Nirmala ma'am, outside the classroom, exactly. So now we see that it is more in a way where we can teach the students in a better way. Either we take them out for some biology class in the school garden, or maybe we can take them outside somewhere for some playway method, or maybe for some singing or dancing in the different parts of the school, or maybe for some social skills we take them outside of the school to attain social skills. We take them for some educational trips. So this is how the flexible classroom structure has been implemented. It is student-led learning. More focus is on the students' side, that how clearly and how nicely a child can understand. The teacher takes a lot of different methods, utilizes different methods to make the students more comfortable for the student, for the learning purpose. It also encourages students' participation and feedback, because more of the time, all of us are in a habit when we go to the classroom and after delivering our content, when whatever it may be, through different activities, and then we, in the classroom itself, we try to take the feedback also. Have you learned, have you understood it properly or not? If any doubt arises, then we try to make them understand then and there only. So this is how the feedback also works for us. And the new age teachers, they never hesitate to take the critical feedback also, because we all know that this is how we grow, this is how we learn, that what thing I can bring into myself to improve my teaching. Yes, the next very important is, the important factor is interdisciplinary curriculum, because again here we are not teaching the different subjects separately, but we try to interconnect all the different subjects to bring together. When the teacher is teaching mathematics, at the same time, when the teacher is teaching in English, the English language is also being learned. In the English chapter, if it is about some calculation, or if the child goes to the market and she's buying something, or she is exchanging the money or some sort of things, that is how the child is learning the mathematics. So this is how the collaborative approach is being implemented by the teachers. The next is focus on developing the different social skills, the different soft skills, and it includes the communication, the teamwork, the adaptability, the experiential learning, the soft skills, the negotiation skills, how the child goes for the interdisciplinary skills, the intrapersonal skills, interpersonal skills, and all these things are being tried through the modern teaching. So here we can see that these are the key differences which we found after understanding the traditional and modern approach. So the key differences are, the first is in the approach system, teacher-centric versus student-centric. Traditional is teacher-centric, but modern is student-centric approach. The learning styles are also different. In the traditional, the teachers were more focuses on memorization, but now in the modern age, the critical thinking is one area where the teachers are more inclined for their learners. Technology usage was very, very limited in the traditional time, but it is very, very prominent nowadays in the modern teaching. Assessment methods, it was very standardized testing, but now it is more project-based assessment. In every subjects, the teachers, they try to give the project where the children, they are having hands-on experiences, they are having the experiential learning. The classroom environment is also having a lots of difference. In traditional teaching, it was very, very strict. The students were allowed to ask more questions. The students were not allowed to raise their queries. But in modern time, it is very flexible. The students are given more time to be more open up, to come up with their queries, and different kind of methods and ways are implemented by the teachers to bring out the best for the learning of students. And the students were also very, very passive in the traditional approach, but they are here, they plays very active role in the modern teaching. So what the modern technology methods prioritize? Why we focus on modern teaching? How it helps a learner to understand more? How it helps the students to get most benefit out of the teaching? Can I get some replies from you, my dear educators? Yes, Ashok sir, you can, yeah, you can easily get it. This meeting would be uploaded on YouTube also, and from there you can take the screenshots, and the the people, those who are looking for the certificates, when we will be uploading it on the YouTube, we will be also uploading a small quiz. On the basis of that quiz, you can attain your certificate as well. Yes, Radhika ma'am, absolutely true. Right imagination of the topic. I want more replies, dear educators. Please be more interactive through chat. Deepika ma'am says creative thinking. Absolutely right. As I always mention, dear educators, in the classroom, when we are looking for the students, that everybody should learn whatever is being delivered by the teacher. In the same way, if we are here in this webinar, let us everybody try their hand, and by giving the answers, or maybe by raising their queries. And this is how we learn from each other. Learning is never been one-sided. Yes, yeah, it helps in planning. Radhika ma'am says long-lasting impact of the topics. Absolutely correct. Planning is very much required. I'm waiting for more replies, please. Happy classrooms. Semi Thomas ma'am says creative thinking and planning of strategies. Absolutely right. Okay, I'm not getting your name, but it is mentioned sometimes practical experience. Absolutely correct. Around 60 educators are there. So yeah, come up with your more replies. Payal ma'am says creating emotional and socializing through peer learning groups. Absolutely, ma'am. Sangama sir says inclusive learning. Ashok Kumar sir says it helps to move towards our teaching objectives easily. Absolutely right, sir. Okay, I'm getting more replies. Okay, Loka Sundari ma'am says through field trips. Yes, that is also very wonderful learning. Manisha ma'am says, when we enter the class, we take some action drills like roll your hands. Yes, absolutely true, ma'am, to bring their positive attitude and to bring their focus towards the learning. These kind of exercises are very, very important. So Dhanshu sir says art integration. Exactly, sir. Loga Sundari ma'am says school projects. Yes, they definitely play a very important role. Radhika ma'am says by solving case study relating to topics. Absolutely. Jayashri ma'am says art integrated projects should be given to students. Yes, ma'am. That is absolutely an integral part. Manisha ma'am says they become fresh too. Deepika ma'am says daily life examples as cases. That is actually very important, ma'am. And this is how we can make the children